This meeting to order. This is a regularly scheduled meeting of the City of Hartford Common Council. All proper notices were sent, and I ask if you would please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please, Shanna.
The mayor and all alderpersons are present.
We have before us item 4 on the agenda, mayor's appointments to boards, commissions, and committees. Steve?
So a part of the April election reorganization meeting, you had a list of individuals that will be appointed to different positions. In this situation, the Business Improvement District had not gotten you all their new names yet. And so there's 3 names before you, which are requested to be put onto the bid board. Any questions? If not, Mayor?
So the 3 names on here are Teresa Siebenlist of Infinity Design, Dan Quill of Dave's Lanes, and Bill Ohm of Brood Omen. Any action?
I'll move to approve those appointments.
I'll
Move.
second.
And seconded. Shanna?
Motion by Alderperson Rusniak, seconded by Alderperson Wilk, approving the mayoral appointments as read.
Any further discussion by council?
No.
Seeing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 5 on the agenda, a unanimous consent agenda.
Move for approval.
Second. Motion and a second. Shanna?
Motion by Alderperson Rusniak, seconded by Alderperson Curley, approving the Common Council minutes of June 10th, 2025.
Any further discussion on the minutes from the last meeting? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 6, any communications tonight?
No.
Item 7, appearances and citizens' comments. Anyone wishing to appear tonight? Second call, anyone wishing to appear? Third call. Moving on. 8th item on the agenda tonight is the mayor's report. I don't have anything tonight. Item 9 on the agenda is aldermanic requests. President Rusniak?
Nothing tonight, sir?
Alderperson Curley?
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Alderperson Waldvogel?
No request, but just a quick word of thanks to Steve and his staff. They were able to spend some time with me about a week ago, running me through an orientation and explaining, some of the different areas of the city. So I just want to say thanks and appreciate their time.
Great. Thanks, Steve. Alderperson Garza?
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Alderperson Turchi?
Nothing today, Mayor.
Alderperson Webb?
Yeah, just one thing. This also thanks just to Volunteers for Beautiful Hartford who have been out around the city doing great things to make the city look nice. So thank you.
Great, thank you. Alderperson Kohler?
Nothing tonight.
Alderperson Savage?
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Alderperson Wilk?
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
All right. Moving on to item 10, a public hearing on the bid special assessments. I'll declare the opening of this hearing and reading of the notice.
Please take notice that the Common Council of the City of Hartford, Washington, Dodge Counties, Wisconsin will hold a public hearing at 7 p.m. or thereafter on Tuesday, June 24th, 2025, in the Common Council Chambers of Hartford City Hall, 109 North Main Street, for the purpose of levying special assessments under Section 66.0703 and 66.1109 Wisconsin statutes to finance expenditures for the Business Improvement District. The 2025 bid operating plan, as well as a map of the boundaries of the district, are on file in the city clerk's office on the second floor of City Hall and may be inspected Monday through Friday between the hours of 7:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. The proposed assessments are at $3 per every $1,000 assessed value of improvements were distributed in a mailing to affected property owners. The purpose of said public hearing is to hear those persons who wish to comment for or against the special assessments to finance expenditures for the Business Improvement District. This was published on June 5th, 2025 in the Daily News, and notice was mailed to 54 property owners on June 5th, 2025.
Thanks, Shanna.
Yep.
Explanation by staff, Steve?
So again, last meeting, you had the preliminary resolution, which allowed us to send out those letters and, again, prepare for the special assessment for the bid. Again, a reminder what a bid is. A bid is, by state statutes, is a geographic area in which they look to impose on themselves a voluntary tax for the sole purpose of improving that area. So in our situation, we have one bid, and that is in the downtown area. And again, the sole purpose of collecting this money is that they collect it and then decide as a board as to what they would like to use that money for to improve the overall area.
Thanks, Steve. At this point, we will ask for any appearances for. Second call for appearances for. Third call, appearances for. Next would be appearances against. Second call, appearances against. Third call. Seeing none, we'll move on to discussion by council. Anyone of you have any comments? Then I'll declare this hearing closed. And we'll look for an action on this.
Motion to approve resolution number 3731.
Motion by Alderperson Wilk. Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
Second by Alderperson Kohler. Shanna?
Motion by Alderperson Wilk, seconded by Alderperson Kohler for the adoption of proposed resolution number 3731.
All right, there's been a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution passes. The next public hearing, amend the City of Hartford's 2030 Comprehensive Smart Growth Plan's future land use map for 21 Town of Hartford parcels, 528 North Wilson Avenue in the City of Hartford and 228 West State Street in the City of Hartford. Declare this hearing open. Reading of the notice, Shanna?
Notice is hereby given by the Common Council of the City of Hartford, Wisconsin, that a public hearing will be held on June 24th, 2025, in the council chambers of City Hall, 109 North Main Street, Hartford, Wisconsin, at 7 p.m. or shortly thereafter. The public hearing will be held to gather public input on a proposed amendment to the City of Hartford 2030 Smart Growth Plan. The comprehensive plan sets the policy for the growth, development, and preservation of the community. The proposed amendments would affect the future land use map within the plan document. The proposed amendment involves changing the future land use category shown for the following parcels: 528 North Wilson Avenue, tax key 36-2101-008-020, from institutional to commercial; 228 West State Street, tax key 36-2001-017-016, from institutional to medium-density residential, 5.82 to 8 units per acre; Town of Hartford parcels, tax keys T6-0188, T6-019900Z, T6-020000A, T6-021300Z, T6-0234, T6-023500Z, T6-0289, T6-0288, T6-0284, T6-0290, T6-0291, T6-0285, T6-0693, and T6-0670 from medium-density residential to conservancy. Town of Hartford parcels tax keys T6-020000Y, T6-021500Z, and T6-0303 from low-density residential to conservancy. Town of Hartford parcel tax key T6-0294 from institutional to conservancy. Town of Hartford parcel tax key T6-020100E from medium-density residential and commercial to conservancy. Town of Hartford parcel tax key T6-021400Z from low-density residential, medium-density residential, and commercial to conservancy. And Town of Hartford parcel tax key T6-031000B from low-density residential and medium-density residential to conservancy. The comprehensive plan and amendment are available for review at City Hall in the Planning and Inspection Department, located at 109 North Main Street, Hartford, Wisconsin. A copy of the comprehensive plan and amendment may also be obtained from the Planning and Inspection Department. Questions regarding the proposed comprehensive plan amendment may be directed to Director of Community Development Jacob Moss at 262-673-8272. Written comments on the proposed amendments to the comprehensive plan should be submitted before the public hearing date to City Clerk Shanna Crawcamp, 109 North Main Street, Hartford, Wisconsin, 53027. All persons wishing to be heard are invited to be present.
Well done, Shanna. Thank you. Item 3 in the hearing, explanation by staff. Jacob?
All right, so again, thank you. Comprehensive plan amendment, there's 3 components to this comprehensive plan amendment. The first one is the 21 parcels in the town of Hartford. These parcels, we're looking to switch them over to conservancy to allow them to get farmland tax preservation credits. This was initiated by the county as well as one of the supervisors from the town of Hartford. Again, if we adopt this comprehensive plan amendment, we are not beholden to maintain this future land use. At any time, we can change it at our own will. So it's nothing that's holding us back, and it's just something that's nice to do for the town of Hartford farmers. The reason why this is coming for us is because it's within our 20-year service sewer plan, so we had to make a change to allow for this for them to collect farmland preservation tax credits within that service district. The next one is 528 North Wilson Avenue. It has a weird, so it used to be a city electrical utility property. It was purchased, and as part of the purchase, they were made to rezone it to R3. When it was rezoned, they did not update the comprehensive plan. Its current future land use is transportation, utilities, and communications. Because again, it was an electrical utility property. The property owner does not want to develop it into residential. He's looking to do commercial. So we're looking to amend this to commercial future land use. Coming down the line on the next one item or two would be the actual rezone. We would be looking to rezone that to B1, which is neighborhood business. This property is surrounded by high-density R4 zoning, so it's a multifamily apartment complex. Being around a neighborhood business, that's kind of a transitional zone anyway, so that would allow for proper non-spot zoning kind of interaction between commercial and residential. And then the final one is 228 West State Street. This was a former church. Its future land use is institutional. We're looking to set that to medium-density residential for its future land use. This would allow it to be rezoned to CC1, which is the kind of the downtown residential, the old city plat residential of the city of Hartford. This is probably the best path forward for this property. We've had prior movement on this property where we were actually looking to amend the comprehensive plan to a more commercial, but most people want to do a wedding venue type of thing, which is, I mean, a good idea being at a church, but being so close to neighborhood to residential, the impacts of it's a celebration. They can get a little loud, and usually there's alcohol involved. So it's in the best interest for this property to go to residential to be compatible with the surrounding residential properties.
Thank you, Jacob. All right, next item on the hearing is appearances 4. Call for anyone appearances 4. Go ahead, take the podium, state your name and address.
Good evening, Brian Krebs, 823 East Sumner Street, here as a County Board Supervisor for District 9, in favor of the Town of Hartford parcels to be rezoned for the tax credit. Then also here for the 528 Wilson Avenue rezoning, in favor of that too, personally, and then also as a representative of Kavara Property Management.
Great, thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Any other appearances for? Any other appearances for? Seeing none, moving to appearances against. Anyone wishing to appear against? Second call? Third call? Seeing none, we'll move to discussion by council. Council have any comments? I just have one. Again, this is a great example of the city working with the town to, obviously it doesn't have much of a benefit to us, but it's, helping out a neighbor. So nice work with that.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, I'm going to close the hearing. And we'll look for a motion.
You want to go first reading or second?
This is
It's an ordinance.
That's an ordinance.
it is an ordinance.
Correction.
You're right. So if anyone wants to suspend the rules to pass an ordinance,
I'll move.
moved by Curley. Do I have a second to suspend the rules?
I'll second.
By Alderperson Waldvogel. Shanna?
Motion by Alderperson Curley, seconded by Alderperson Waldvogel to suspend the rules for immediate consideration of proposed ordinance 1512.
Go ahead. Nothing. All right, so I have a motion to suspend the rules. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Rules are suspended. All right, then for action on the ordinance. Do I see a motion? Motion by Curley,
Second.
second by Webb. Shanna?
Motion by Alderperson Curley, seconded by Alderperson Webb for the adoption of proposed ordinance number 1512.
All right, so we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion on the ordinance? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ordinance passes. Item C under the agenda is a review of rezoning request for 528 North Wilson Avenue. Declare this hearing open and reading of the notice. Shanna?
Please take notice that a public hearing will be held at 7 p.m. or thereafter on June 24th, 2025, in the Common Council Chambers at the lower level of City Hall, 109 North Main Street, by the City of Hartford Common Council to consider the following. Kavara Property Management has requested the rezoning of the following property, 528 North Wilson Avenue, Hartford, Wisconsin, 53027. The request is for 528 North Wilson Avenue, tax key 36-2101008020, to change from R3 Medium Density Mixed Residential to B3 General Business District. The purpose of the public hearing is to hear those persons who wish to express their opinions for or against the requested zoning change. A copy of the proposed ordinance can be viewed at the Planning and Zoning Department, 109 North Main Street, Monday through Friday between the hours of 7:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. Phone number 262-673-8272. This was published in the Daily News on June 6, 2025, June 13th, 2025, and 6 notices were sent.
Thanks, Shanna. Item 3 on the agenda, explanation by staff, City Planner Jacob Moss.
All right, as kind of previously stated, Kavara Properties is looking to rezone this parcel, 528 North Wilson Avenue, from R3, which is a medium-density mixed residential, to B1 neighborhood business. It's surrounded by, if you look at this map here, the yellow, it's kind of not as yellow as it should be because of the square around it that highlights the parcel, but it's zoned currently B3. The properties around it, which are the multifamily residential, highly dense development, is R4. Going through this process with Mr. Krebs, and I'm sure took longer than what he would have liked, but the parcel, because it's surrounded by residential, we wanted to make sure that we reduced any chance of nuisances with a business type of rezoning. Also, we wanted to make sure that we weren't spot rezoning while not illegal. It needs to be in the best interest of the city, not the best interest of the developer. So to move forward on this one, we came to the conclusion that B1 would allow him to do what he would most like to do, not everything he wanted to do, but most of the stuff that he'd like to do. There's an extensive list of principal uses there in the write-up. CU stands for conditional use. PR stands for principal by right, so that would not be reviewed by Plan Commission unless there was there would be site plan and architectural review for that because it's a new development, but other than that, there wouldn't be any chance to argue on or give conditions based off of the type of land use that it is. So again, staff is recommending that we approve this rezone. It's in the best interest of the city as well as the property owner. It should have very little impact on nuisances for the surrounding high-density residential. So I believe we have come to a conclusion that this is the best interest for the city.
Great, thanks, Jacob. At this time, I'll ask for appearances 4.
Again, Brian Krebs, 823 Sumner Street, here on behalf of Kavara Property Management, asking for your support. Thank you.
Thanks again, Brian. Any other appearances 4? Last call, appearances 4. Then we'll move on to appearances against. Second call, appearances against. Last call. Then we'll move on to discussion by council. Seeing none, I will close the hearing. And again, this is an ordinance, so if you so choose, you can make a motion to suspend the rules for immediate consideration. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Motion by Alderperson Rusniak, second by Alderperson Webb to suspend. Shanna?
Motion by Alderperson Rusniak, seconded by Alderperson Webb to suspend the rules for immediate consideration of proposed ordinance number 1513.
Any further discussion on suspension? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Rules are suspended. And we move on to action on the ordinance.
So moved.
Motion by Alderperson Wilk, second by Alderperson Savage. Shanna?
Motion by Alderperson Wilk, seconded by Alderperson Savage for the adoption of proposed ordinance number 1513.
Any final discussion by council? Seeing none, I entertain a vote on this. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ordinance passes. Item D, under public hearing, the review of the rezoning request for 228 West State Street, tax key number 36-2001-017-016. I declare the hearing on this one open. And Shanna, reading of the notice.
Please take notice that a public hearing will be held at 7 p.m. or thereafter on June 24th, 2025, in the Common Council Chambers at the lower level of City Hall, 109 North Main Street, by the City of Hartford Common Council to consider the following. Brent and Cara DiNardo have requested the rezoning of the following property, 228 West State Street, Hartford, Wisconsin, 53027. The request is for 228 West State Street, tax key 36-2001-017-016, to change from I-1 Institutional District to CC1 Mixed Residential Historic District. The purpose of the public hearing is to hear those persons who wish to express their opinions for or against the requested zoning change. A copy of the proposed ordinance can be viewed at the Planning and Zoning Department, 109 North Main Street, Monday through Friday between the hours of 7:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. phone number 262-673-8272. This notice was published in the Daily News on June 6, 2025, June 13, 2025, and 11 notices were sent.
Thanks again, Shanna. And explanation by staff, Jacob again.
All right, 228 West State Street. Again, here's the parcel. It's a church located to the southeast of St. Killian's Church, near the downtown, the train tracks to the south there. Again, looking at the zoning, the purple here is institutional. You can see City Hall to the south. Also, the fire department also zoned institutional, while the surrounding residential properties are zoned CC, which is CC1, which is mixed residential. Again, they're looking to make this into a single-family residential structure so that they could live there. They are currently working with an architect to do that. Again, as I stated previously, this property had been looked at, it's been on the market for over a year, so people have been looking at it for all sorts of uses. We feel that this is the best future land use or future zoning classification for this property is CC1.
Super, thank you. All right, then I will entertain appearances 4. Appearances 4. Second call, appearances 4. Third call. Moving on to appearances against. Appearances against. Second call. And final call for appearances against. All right, next item is a discussion by council. Any discussion by council? Seeing none, I want to close the hearing. And again, this is an ordinance, so if you wish to suspend the rules, I would entertain a motion for that.
Sure.
Motion by Alderperson Garza, second by Curley. Shanna?
Motion by Alderperson Garza, seconded by Alderperson Curley to suspend the rules for immediate consideration of proposed ordinance 1514.
All right, there was a motion and second for suspension. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Suspension is passed. I will entertain a motion for the ordinance.
I move to approve ordinance 1514.
Motion by Waldvogel, second by Savage. Shanna?
Motion by Alderperson Waldvogel, seconded by Alderperson Savage for the adoption of proposed ordinance number 1514.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion by council? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ordinance passes. Item 11 on the agenda is standing committee reports, finance and personnel. President Rusniak?
All right, we have 4 items for discussion tonight. Number 1, discussion and consideration of approving Class A, Class B, and Class C fermented malt beverage and intoxicating liquor licenses for the period July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026. Shanna?
Yep, so this is just the same every year. Everyone submitted their applications, paid their fees, and passed their background checks. There is one change. Hatchet House is now taken over by Destroying Boards LLC, so that's a change. And then I did remove Pearl of Canton from the wine and beer because as of Thursday afternoon, they hadn't contacted us, responded to us, or given us their paperwork. They did show up late Friday, so they will be still on the list then and getting their license as well.
Any questions or comments for Shanna? Back to you, Mayor.
All right. So I would entertain a motion on this.
I'll move.
So moved by Alderman Curley,
I'll second that.
second by Alderperson Kohler. Shanna?
Motion by Alderperson Curley, seconded by Alderperson Kohler, approving Class A, Class B, and Class C fermented malt beverage and intoxicating liquor licenses for the period of July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026.
And again, that is with your amendments as
Yes.
well, Shanna?
Yeah.
Thank you. Any final discussion by council? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion passes.
Next item, discussion and consideration approving cigarette and tobacco and weights and measures licenses for the period July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026. Shanna?
Same thing, same as every year. They all came in, filled out their applications, paid their fees, and passed their background checks. The only difference this year is that Bang Shot has no longer requested a cigarette and tobacco license. Otherwise, everyone else is the same.
Any questions or comments? If not, back to you, Mayor.
I'll entertain a motion. Motion by Webb. Second. Second by Savage. Shanna?
Motion by Alderperson Webb, seconded by Alderperson Savage, approving the cigarette and tobacco and weights and measures licenses for the period of July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026.
And again with your amendment.
Yeah.
Thank you. Any final discussion by council? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion passes.
Item 3, discussion and consideration approving the requested changes to the employee handbook, with all but item number 2 starting immediately, while item number 2 will start January 1st, 2026. Steve?
Yeah, so again, as the executive summary shows, routinely we'll check over the employee handbook to see if anything needs to be updated or something needs to be addressed. We presented 4 items for a change on page 23 of that, which is also page 46 of your handout. We're requesting a change to the handbook allowing employees who are called in during a holiday due to an emergency, say a weather emergency on Christmas Eve, to get paid double time versus time and a half. This is consistent with what we had when we had the union represented, the ASME union as it would be. Page 31, 32 in the handbook, otherwise known as 48, 49 in your handout, we recognize the importance of general health in all of our regular employees. That's regular part-time and full-time. And while we had offered usage of the rec center as an option for wellness dollars to full-time employees as well as all park and rec staff that were part-time, we had not offered at least a discount to our other regular part-time staff. And so this is for a 50% off discount for them to join the rec center for those that are part-time regular staff. This would affect 26 regular part-time employees, and the maximum direct impact would be $2,769. Third item was on page 38 or 39 or 51, 52. This is the new security policy that anyone requesting to go behind normal service desk would need to be signed in from someone that can verify their identity, and they must wear a visitor badge. That would have no financial impact on the city. And finally, page 44 of the employee handbook is basically it has to do with what the allowance is for a boot allowance or clothing allowance for those departments that don't already have it spelled out in their policies handbook. And so again, this covers those areas that were not previously covered but should have been. The Personnel and Finance Committee had unanimously approved those.
Questions or comments for Steve? If not, back to you, Mayor.
I just have one comment. These might seem like small changes, but I think it's important to clarify, and then small benefits to certain employees, I think are worthwhile as well. So thank you again for making those changes. Any further discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion. Alderperson
Second.
Webb, second by Alderperson Wilk. Shanna?
Motion by Alderperson Webb, seconded by Alderperson Wilk, approving the requested changes to the employee handbook with all but item number 2 starting immediately, with item number 2 starting January 1st, 2026.
Thank you. Any final discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 4.
Final item is discussion and consideration of denying the property damage claim in the amount of $5,584.15, submitted by Hanover Insurance. Steve?
So again, we'll have these on a regular basis. Whenever we get a property claim of damage based on what their insurance feels was negligence by city employees or city contracted employees. What happens in this situation is our insurance company, they submit the claim, we send it to our insurance company. The insurance company will do an investigation to determine was the problem that was caused at the end actually a result of something that was done by our staff or a contracted employee. In this situation, we were switching out their meter. Upon any time that you work with water, if you turn off the water and turn it back on, you're going to find some weaknesses in your pipe if you have weaknesses. As soon as you turn that off, especially at your main, that's when, again, the pressure is building, and then when you turn it back on, again, if you had any weaknesses or leaks in your pipes, that's when it's going to show up. So this is what happened in this situation. It was a routine replacement. Upon doing the work, they were completed with it, and elsewhere within the system, they found a leak. The leak caused some flooding issues in the basement, but again, it wasn't because of something that they did with the actual pipe itself. So again, we submitted to the insurance company reviewed it, determined that we were not at fault, and so they are requesting that you deny the claim.
Any questions or comments for Steve? If not, back to you, Mayor.
All right. Any further discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to deny the claim.
Alderperson Savage, second by Alderperson Turchi. Shanna?
Motion by Alderperson Savage, seconded by Alderperson Turchi, approving the denial of the property damage claim in the amount of $5,584.15 submitted by Hanover Insurance.
All right. Any final discussion by council? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion passes. We move to item 12 on the agenda, resolutions and possible action thereon. First one, resolution number 3733, a resolution approving the 2026 budget policies. Steve?
Yeah, so this is not a state statute that you have to have this. We've just always done it because, well, we've always done it. So there is a budget policy that we create, which is basically the thoughts of the council presented in a written format to the staff, and then when we're doing our budget, operational budget, CIP budget, debt budget, we look at those policies as we're reviewing and get ready to present back to you. So these are the policies, again, for the most part, that we've been going by for many, many years. But again, you've got new members of your council. So again, if any one of these you feel should be changed, or you feel as a board, not an individual, but as the board feels that we can take out or change in any way, or a policy you'd like to see added, this is the time to do so, as we are already in the thick of the budget season. Any questions on these? If not, then the motion would be for approval of the budget policy as it sits.
I would entertain a motion.
I move to approve the budget policy as is.
Motion by Kohler, second by Garza. Shanna?
Motion by Alderperson Kohler, seconded by Alderperson Garza for the adoption of proposed resolution number 3733.
I must say, Steve, you provided for some dry reading there. Any further discussion?
It was thorough.
It was
I
good.
appreciated it.
And it was very thorough,
It's good.
yes.
It's good.
Definitely. Great. Anything else? Seeing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes, or resolution passes. Resolution number 3734, a resolution approving a certified survey map for a property located in the town of Rubicon, N3460 Rest Haven Road. Jacob?
All right, North 3460 Rest Haven Road, town of Rubicon. The parcel is located within just south of our city well. It's in our intergovernmental agreement area. and zoning area for the town of Rubicon. So it's east of P and then south of N, and then goes all the way down to the town of Ashippun. The parent parcel itself is a 32.587 acre parent parcel, and then they're looking to create a 2.135 acre parcel. This is, what you see before you is actually the update we received on Friday from the surveyor. So he maintained the 30-foot right-of-way dedication. Interesting thing is that 50-foot measurement with the dash line going down on the west side is actually a conveyance easement that was recorded with the county for right-of-way. It's interesting that they did it on a town road, but it's there. The county's gonna make them put that on the survey. In our intergovernmental zoning agreement with the town of Rubicon, you measure the building setback is 42 feet from the right-of-way, but because of this 50-foot conveyance easement or for right-of-way that the county has, that 42 feet would be measured off of the 50 feet instead of the 30-foot. So item 3 on your resolution should be, it should be amended to from the 50-foot conveyance easement as opposed to the 30-foot dedication right-of-way property line measurement. So that is kind of what we're looking at here. Again, it's going to be for a single-family home coming off of a farmland parcel.
All right, thank you, Jacob. All right. You've heard the explanation by staff. Is there any?
Jacob, has Dodge County approved this, and has Town of Rubicon approved it?
I believe it's gone before the town of Rubicon. It still needs Dodge County approval. So we haven't, so once the county signs off on it, then it'll come to us for signatures and then the town.
Right. Usually if Dodge County approves it, Town of Rubicon approves it,
Yeah,
we should be approving it.
yeah.
I agree.
He's trying to talk in the background.
There have to be a
Can we allow the
suspension.
question or no?
Yeah, that'd be during
Oh.
the early public
Yeah,
comment.
I'm sorry, it should have been done earlier in the meeting. So, any further discussion by council? Seeing none, I did entertain a motion. Move to approve by Alderperson Turchi.
Are we approving it with that modification?
Correct, yes.
The modification is included, correct?
On the new survey it is, but not in the actual resolution.
Okay.
So approve with amended.
Yep.
Okay.
Second to approve as amended.
Second by Webb. Shanna?
Motion by Alderperson Turchi, seconded by Alderperson Webb for the adoption of proposed resolution number 3734 with the amendment.
Any further discussion by council? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution passes. All right, then C, resolution number 3735, a resolution approving certified survey map for property located in the town of Hartford and 3460 4835 County Trunk U. Jacob?
All right, so 4835 County Trunk Highway U, that is a 55.42 acre parent parcel. They're looking to create a 4.481 acre parcel, which is pretty much the farmstead on that parcel. You can see right here is the CSM showing the new lot 1. There are floodplain as well as wetlands on this parcel. In my write-up for this, we had a discussion about if the pending determination from the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources, if the water is found to be navigable, the following shall occur. We finally heard back from the DNR this morning. They go with what the county's determination is for navigability because of their county shoreland wetland zoning code that they have, and they are in concurrence with the county that this would not be a navigable stream, so we do not need number 3 in the resolution. So 1 and 2 would stand, and then just looking for approval with the removal of number 3 because we heard back from the DNR that it is not navigable.
Okay, you heard explanation by staff. Any discussion? Go ahead.
No, just
Oh.
motion to,
I'm assuming with the amendment then.
with the amendment. I'll second.
Second by Garza. Shanna?
Motion by Alderperson Turchi, seconded by Alderperson Garza for the adoption of proposed resolution number 3735 with the amendment.
All right. So you have a motion and a second. Any final discussion by council? Seeing none, all those in favor, seeing by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution passes. And on to item D, resolution number 3736, a resolution approving the City of Hartford and Expex LLC to enter into a professional service agreement for commercial, industrial, and institutional plan review of building, HVAC, fire alarm, and fire sprinkler trades and disciplines for accepted projects. Jacob?
Okay, currently, the city of Hartford has delegated authority for commercial structures. Commercial means commercial, industrial, institutional, as well as multifamily, 3 or more unit apartment complexes. Go through review. If it's under 5,000 feet or with 10-foot walls, 50,000 cubic feet, or there's an addition or amendment to the building of greater than 10,000 square feet with 10 walls, it's 100,000 cubic feet. If it's under that, it stays with, the city maintains jurisdiction over it. However, if it's above that, currently it has to go to the state. It does not stay with the city. It has to go to the state, which is the DSPS, which is the Department of Safety and Professional Services. They are the ones who review that. There's quite a few communities in the state of Wisconsin that are switching to E-Plan exam to review their commercial review process for anything that exceeds that 5,000 or 10,000 square feet boundary for review. What they do is they review it. They do it in 15 days. The state currently has a time period of 40 to 50 days for review. And then instead of charging the state charging the developer, E-Plan exam charges the developer through their website to review the plan. The plan is then reviewed by them. They charge them their fees, which are in the table here in the agreement. We get 10% of those fees back. So currently, we don't receive anything from the state when it goes to state for review. We are now getting a 10% kickback on those fees when they go through E-Plan exam. The follow-up to this will be the ordinance to amend Chapter 15, the building code. The fire department's also reviewing theirs right now, so that will be coming probably at one of the following common council meetings for your review as well. And as we do that, we'll then amend Chapter 42, the fee structure, to coincide with the fee schedule in this agreement. But again, it's a net positive. It allows developers to get quicker review for commercial large projects in the city of Hartford. And it also has the added benefit of giving us 10% of those fees back to us, which is a revenue stream we did not have prior for large-scale commercial reviews.
Super. Thank you, Jacob. All right. Any discussion by council?
I just have a question. I'm just curious. I see the fees here from this company. Is this comparable to what DSPS was charging for the developments?
It is a little higher than what DSPS would pay for, but you're paying for the convenience of 15-day review.
So the developer still might be like, it doesn't matter because
It
it's going to
doesn't
go
matter.
quicker.
And they
I'm
still have the
gonna-
option
yeah.
to submit to the state if they don't like the fees.
That was my second question.
Yep.
This is case by case. They can choose which
Yep.
one they
Yeah.
want.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Correct. Anyone else?
I'll move to approve.
Motion by Curley, second by Webb. Shanna?
Motion by Alderperson Curley, seconded by Alderperson Webb for the adoption of proposed resolution number 3736.
Any final comments by council? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Resolution passes. Item 13 on the agenda is another ordinance, ordinance number 1515, an ordinance to amend Chapter 15 of the Unified Construction Code. Jacob?
All right, as previously stated on the last item, we're looking to become a delegated community to do inspection on all commercial projects, regardless of size. So as part of that, our building code has to reflect that allowance in our code. The packet that everyone had received is not redlined, but I believe we did send out a redlined version to all the alderpersons for your review. It's just giving us delegated authority so that we can internally review it. Again, we're not personally reviewing it, E-Plan Exam will be reviewing it, but this will allow us then to become a fully delegated community, and we don't have to go through the state for our plan reviews.
Great, thanks again. Any questions for staff? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion. Alderperson Kohler, second by Webb. Shanna?
Just to confirm, this is to suspend the rules, correct?
Thank you. Thank you for the clarification, Joe.
Motion by Alderperson Kohler, seconded by Alderperson Webb to suspend the rules for immediate consideration of proposed ordinance number 1515.
All right, any further discussion on suspension of the rules? Seeing none, all those in favor of suspension?
Aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Rules are suspended. Entertain a motion to approve the ordinance.
So moved.
So moved by Alderperson Wilk, second by Alderperson Garza. Shanna?
Motion by Alderperson Wilk, seconded by Alderperson Garza for the adoption of proposed ordinance number 1515.
Final discussion by council? Seeing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Ordinance passes. Item 14 on the agenda, the city administrator's report. Steve?
Yeah, so on a quarterly basis, the Finance Department provides me with the information regarding our current Fund 100, which is the general fund, our revenues and expenditures. As I point out, the city is currently at 23.93% of the general fund revenues at the end of the first quarter, and the expenses are at 23.87. Both of those are well within the range of the last 7 years. One of the major things, too, with the general fund expenses is that we did have 2 retirements in the first quarter of 2025, and thus one of the reasons the expenses might be slightly higher than normal. But overall, again, no big red flags to show at this point in time. Between the two numbers, there's $7,700 to the good, more revenue than expenditures. And again, each department head is made aware of any overages and expenses or shortfalls or overages and expenses or shortfalls in revenues, and then discusses with the finance administrator. Any questions? There is no vote on this, but just for your information.
Oh, thanks for your update, Steve. Appreciate it. Anything else by council? All right, so last item on the agenda is adjournment. Motion by Savage, second by Webb. Shanna?
Motion by Alderperson Savage, seconded by Alderperson Webb to adjourn at 7:52 PM.
Any final discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? We are adjourned.